Hello and welcome to all. This is Neeraj Motwani. Today I am here with a topic of class 10th. The topic is Quadratic Equation, chapter number 4. Previously, we have already learnt about quadratic polynomials in chapter number 2 of class 10th, polynomials. Before starting with the quadratic equation, let's have a look at what quadratic polynomial is. The polynomial of degree 2 is called a quadratic polynomial. Simply, in a polynomial, if highest power of a variable is 2, then it is called quadratic polynomial. General form of quadratic polynomial is given. It's ax square plus bx plus c. Here x is the variable and a, b, c are real numbers, but a should not be equals to 0. What will happen if a is equals to 0? Then our quadratic polynomial gets converted into linear polynomial. Now, equation corresponding to a quadratic polynomial p of x is called a quadratic equation in variable x. See, ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0. We are equating general form of quadratic polynomial with 0. So when we equate quadratic polynomial, that polynomial gets converted into quadratic equation. So ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0 is known as the standard form of quadratic equation, where a, b, c are real numbers and a should not be equals to 0. We know that standard form of quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. But sometimes a quadratic equation doesn't look like that. Here are some examples of different form. In the very first example, x square is equals to 3x minus 1. Now move all terms from RHS to LHS. It becomes x square minus 3x plus 1 equals to 0. And it is the standard form of quadratic equation where a is equals to 1, b is equals to minus 3 and c is equals to 1. Now look at the another example. Twice of w square minus 2w is equals to 5. Multiply 2 and transpose 5 from RHS to LHS. It becomes 2w square minus 4w minus 5 equals to 0. Again, standard form of quadratic equation with a equals to 2, b equals to minus 4 and c is equals to minus 5. Followed by the same examples. In this chapter, either we will directly get quadratic equation or we need to frame quadratic equation from given situation. Afterwards, we need to solve that quadratic equation also. So for finding solution of a quadratic equation in this chapter, we use factorization method or quadratic formula. Now here is the first method, solution of a quadratic equation by factorization method. Now we are discussing about the roots. A real number alpha is called a root of the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0 when we replace x by alpha, and on solving we get 0 in LHS. If we get 0 as our answer, then that alpha is called root of the quadratic equation. The root of the quadratic equation are also called as zeros of the polynomial. Now, how to factorize given quadratic equation? In the very first step, set the equation equals to 0. Whatever quadratic equation you have, put that equation equals to 0. Now, in the second step, you need to find the factors. The factors will be in the form of linear expressions. After finding linear expressions, set each linear factor equals to 0 and solve both linear equations. You will get values of x. Now, these values of x is called roots of given quadratic equation. Now continuing with what factorization is. Basically, factorization is a method to convert given polynomial into its linear factors. Here in this example, we will move in a converse way. Let us suppose that we have two linear expressions x plus 2 and x minus 3. We are multiplying both the given linear expressions, that is x plus 2 multiplied by x minus 3. We get x square plus 2x minus 3x minus 6. On solving, we get x square minus x minus 6. So, this is the standard form of quadratic equation. Yes. So, what does it mean? The linear factors of x square minus x minus 6 are x plus 2 and x minus 3. Now, let's have a look at the left hand side figure. X plus 2 multiplied by x minus 3 gives us x square minus x minus 6. This is known as expansion. Whereas figure at the right side, x square minus x minus 6, on factorization it gives x plus 2 into x minus 3. Now to solve a given quadratic equation by another method. Solution of a quadratic equation by quadratic formula. Here on the screen, formula is written x equals to minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. This formula is known as quadratic formula. At the same time, this formula is also known as Sridharacharya formula. Here, x is the variable we need to find the value of x, and a is the coefficient of x square, b is the coefficient of x, and c is the constant term. And last but not the least topic is nature of roots. For finding nature of roots, we need to find discriminant. Discriminant is denoted by capital D and its value is given by b square minus 4ac. We have following three cases. In the very first case, if value of d is greater than 0, that is d is positive, then the roots are real and distinct. We will have two roots, that both the roots are real and distinct. In the second case, if value of d is equals to 0, then again we will have two roots, both the roots are real and equal. And in the third case, if d is less than 0, that is value of d is negative, then the roots are not real, means we will have imaginary roots in that case. Thank you.